Welcome to our brief video on CallSwitch Communicator. This is the Windows software. We also support Mac. As you can see here, this is the main window. We can move this around and this can dock wherever we want it to go on our screen. The simple view that we have here shows us, we set our picture, shows our presence or personal information. Any notifications appear in here, such as voicemail, or if we have any missed calls. And then the next section down the bar has our main functionality of where we browse to. So the phone window brings up the phone, conferences for conferences, we can do meetings, we have chat such as Skype or a Teams similar product, our voicemail, and then we have our online self-care. Online self-care, I'll show you in a minute, is a great way for you to edit all of your personal settings for your extension. The next window down shows us the rest of the people in our team. We've got a few on here, but we all fit onto one screen. If you have multiple departments, you can bring down the department button and you can just select this so you can look for people who are free in the accounting department or in marketing. So below that, across the very bottom, we've got our directory. We have our contacts. We pull contacts from Outlook as well as the main directory or your own CRM. We have our favorites, so we can set people to favorites when we have very busy main screens. And then we have our history of all of our calls. So first of all, I'm going to bring and go back to the phone window. So the phone window is here. I can use the keyboard to type the number in. I can use the mouse, which is a very slow way of dialing it, or I can just drag people in. So for instance, if I wanted to call through to Ian, I can just pick him up, drop him down here, and it'll instigate a call to him. I can then add other people to this call once I've answered it. So there we go, hanging up that call. Nice and easy. When we look at our contacts that we've got here, we see a number of parts with them. The call I've just made is highlighted because Ian's online with his CallSwitch business app. Let's go into receiving a call. So I've not got my call window open at the moment, and I'm going to place a call or get a call placed into me. So here we go. Ian's now calling me. I can decide what I want to do. Whilst I always want to reject it, I'm going to answer the call. There we go. So you can now see a timer started here. I've got the option to drag other people into this call or add calls, and then I can do what I want to do with it. Very similar to a handset, we've got mute, hold, transfer, or park. So if I want to transfer this call, it's nice and simple. Click on transfer, and then I get the option. I can transfer this to an internal person. I can start typing in a name to transfer it to somebody else, or I can, and it'll pull my contacts in from my main directory. The difference across here are a supervised or a normal transfer. If I do a supervised transfer, I get to talk to the person first, tell them it's Dave, and then hang up. I'm going to click cancel there to go back to that there. To add other people to this call, we do exactly the same, where we just pick them up and we drag the call in. That creates a conference call. Quite often we find people then want to make a second call while they've got this person on hold. Really nice and easy to do. We just open up a second phone window and we can make two calls that are parallel to each other. Once that person's answered that call, if you want to merge the two calls, again, we can drag and drop. Really nice and simple. So I'm going to hang up that call there. The window disappears, and as you can see, we get call finished. We use the notification windows within Windows, so you'll see in the bottom right hand side as people log in and out, you can see your colleagues as they're available for work. Clicking on the contacts across the bottom here, we've got our contacts in here, and these are pulled out of Outlook, this particular section. Our favourites, we haven't been using favourites on here, but when we have favourites within contacts or the directory, our shortlists appear here. History, the bottom tab across on the far right, this shows our calls of missed, received, and dialed. So let's go back up to here to the self-care. This logs us into our self-care portal. The password's automatically saved for the details, and from within here we can see lots of details that we've been working with. Our number of calls, our talk time, which devices that we've actually got in line. The rest of these items along here are things that we've actually got access to in the main part of the software. The only good thing is really useful is the list of the CDRs. So the CDR is a call listing, and you can go back to a range of history, range of dates, and look for calls that you've received. Quite often, if you have call recording, by selecting this box, you can actually listen to your own call recordings that you would need. Main settings in here that you want to change with are available in a couple of places. If I click on the cog here, it brings up my preferences. Most of the time we want to be playing around with headsets or getting our headset sorted. That's done by clicking on the audio here, and then you'll see your drag down boxes. We don't have anything plugged into this one currently, so it's only showing the native devices that are in the Surface that we're using. But I would select the microphone and the speakers. If I plug a headset in and decide I want to move it to that, by clicking refresh audio devices, it will then find the headset that we need to do. We've got full integration with some of the Jabra and the Sennheiser headsets. We enable that by ticking these boxes here, and the Plantronics there as well. That just enables any buttons that are on there that you can then answer the phone with the computer locked. That's a brief rundown. Most of the features, we've taught you how to answer a call, hold, transfer, how the directory works, and how to change most of your features. If you have any further questions, you can talk to the office and we'll help you. Thank you.